Good day, students. Welcome to this JSS 1 English language lesson on conjunctions, coordinating and subordinating. Conjunctions are joining words, they connect words, phrases, or clauses, enabling us to express complex ideas and relationships. A writer who only uses simple sentences sounds robotic and monotonous. Conjunctions give writing flow, rhythm, and sophistication. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define a conjunction and explain its function, identify and use coordinating conjunctions correctly, identify and use subordinating conjunctions to form complex sentences, recognize correlative conjunctions, use correct punctuation with conjunctions, and avoid common conjunction errors. Let us begin. What is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word that connects words, phrases, or clauses. There are three main types. Coordinating conjunctions join grammatically equal elements, or word plus word, phrase plus phrase, independent clause plus independent clause. Subordinating conjunctions join a dependent, subordinate, clause to an independent clause, creating a complex sentence. Correlative conjunctions work in pairs. Coordinating conjunctions, the fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, remembered with fanboys. For, explains a reason, similar to because but more formal. She worked harder, for she knew the examination was near. And, adds or joins. She is clever and hardworking. He cooked and she washed. Nor, negative addition, used after neither or after a negative clause. He does not eat meat, nor does he drink alcohol. But, contrast. She is intelligent but lazy. I tried my best, but I failed. Or, alternative/choice. You can study now or later. She will pass or fail. Yet, contrast, similar to but, often stronger. She is poor, yet she is generous. So, result/consequence. It was raining, so we stayed indoors. He studied hard, so he passed. Punctuation with coordinating conjunctions. When joining two independent clauses, place a comma before the conjunction. She ran fast, but she still missed the bus. He studied, so he passed. When joining words or short phrases, not clauses, no comma needed. Black and white, slow but steady, he or she. Subordinating conjunctions. A subordinating conjunction introduces a dependent, subordinate, clause, a clause that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. When combined with an independent clause, it forms a complex sentence. Subordinating conjunctions classified by meaning. Time, when, while, as, before, after, until, till, since, as soon as, whenever, once. She cried when she heard the news. He had left before she arrived. I will wait until you return. As soon as the bell rang, the students rushed out. Cause/reason, because, since, as. He passed because he studied hard. Since you are here, let us begin. As she was tired, she slept early. Condition, if, unless, provided that, as long as, in case, whether. You will pass if you study. I will not go unless you come with me. Contrast/concession, although, though, even if, whereas, while, meaning whereas, despite the fact that. Although she was tired, she continued working. Even though he is rich, he is humble. Purpose, so that, in order that. She studied hard so that she would pass. He whispered in order that no one would hear. Result, so, that, such, that. She is so clever that she solved the problem instantly. It was such a hot day that we stayed indoors. Manner, as if, as though. She speaks as if she knows everything. He walked as though he was in pain. Place, where, wherever. I will follow you wherever you go. Where there is a will, there is a way. Punctuation with subordinating conjunctions. If the subordinate clause comes first, use a comma after it. Although it was raining, we continued the march. Comma after dependent clause. If the subordinate clause comes second, after main clause usually a no comma. We continued the march although it was raining. No comma needed. Correlative conjunctions come in pairs. Either, or, neither, nor, both, and, not only, but also, whether, or, as, no sooner, than, hardly, when. Either she comes or I will leave. Both the teacher and the student were late. Not only is she clever, but she is also hardworking. Agreement, with either, or and neither, nor, the verb agrees with the nearer subject. Neither the student nor the teacher was present. Teacher is nearer singular verb. Either the principal or the teachers are responsible. Teachers is nearer plural verb. 3 examination questions. Question 1. Fill in with the correct conjunction or coordinating or subordinating. A. She was hungry, ____ she ate everything on the plate. So. B, ____ he had finished his work, he went to bed. After, when, once, dependent clause first, needs comma. C, she will succeed, ____ she works hard. If / provided that. D, he is poor, ____ he is generous. But / yet. E, I will call you, ____ I arrive. When / as soon as / once. Question 2. Combine each pair of sentences using an appropriate conjunction. A. She studied hard. She passed the examination. She studied hard, so she passed the examination. Or she passed the examination because she studied hard. B. It was raining. They played football. Although it was raining, they played football. Or they played football even though it was raining. Question 3. Correct the conjunction errors. A. Neither the teachers or the students were informed. Neither the teachers nor the students were informed. Neither, nor, not neither, or. B. Although she is rich but she is humble. Wrong. Although and but clash, use one. Correct. Although she is rich, she is humble. Or she is rich, but she is humble. Not both. C. He spoke as if he knew everything. As if he knew everything. After as if / as though, use past tense for hypothetical situations. 3 common mistakes. Mistake 1. Although, but. This is a double conjunction error. Use although alone, without but. Although she is tired, she walked on. Or use but alone, she is tired, but she walked on. Never both in the same sentence. Mistake 2. Using neither, or instead of neither, nor. Neither always pairs with nor. Neither he nor she is here. Not neither he or she is here. Similarly, either always pairs with or. Mistake 3. Subject-verb agreement with correlative conjunctions. Either the president or the ministers are responsible, verb agrees with ministers, nearer. Either the ministers or the president is responsible, verb agrees with president, nearer. The nearest subject determines the verb form. Summary. Conjunction, joining word. 3 types, coordinating, fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, join equal elements. Comma before conjunction when joining 2 clauses, subordinating, introduce dependent clause, time, when / while / before / after, reason, because / since / as, condition, if / unless, contrast, although / though / even though, purpose, so that, result, so that, manner, as if, correlative, pairs, both, and, either, or, neither, nor, not only, but also, verb agrees with nearer subject. Never use although, but in one sentence. Punctuation, comma after subordinate clause if it comes first, no comma if it follows the main clause. For homework, A. Write sentences using although, so that, not only, but also, neither, nor, B. Correct, she is honest although but humble. Neither the boys or the girls arrived. C. Join, he works late. He is always tired. Using 3 different conjunctions. Attempt a quiz on your LMS. Keep studying hard. Visit Litech Academy at academy.litech.com.ng. Until next time.